We now turn our focus to China's continued display of aggression in the South China Sea. Things seem to be escalating into a dangerous pattern of hostility. The latest incident happened when, as per reports, a Vietnamese fishing boat was attacked by Chinese authorities in waters near the Paracel Islands, an area claimed by both Vietnam as well as China. Now, this incident is not isolated. It is part of a growing list of aggressive moves by Beijing as it continues to flex its muscle and assert dominance over the region. Let's just break down the facts for you. Vietnamese fishing boats operating in Paracel Islands, what Vietnam calls the Hoang Sa Archipelago, were reportedly targeted by Chinese law enforcers who allegedly thrashed the fishermen and confiscated their equipment. Reports say Vietnam has formally protested this attack, demanding China respect its sovereignty, investigate the matter, and halt such hostile actions. Vietnam is extremely concerned, indignant, and resolutely protests the brutal treatment by Chinese law enforcement forces of Vietnamese fishermen and fishing boats operating in the Hoang Sa Archipelago of Vietnam. That's what the Vietnamese Foreign Ministry spokesperson has said in a statement as per reports. China, meanwhile, reportedly said that the Vietnamese fishermen were illegally operating near the Paracel Islands, what China calls the Shisha Islands. In its response to news agency Reuters regarding the incident, China's foreign ministry has said its actions were professional and restrained, and no injuries were found. Vietnamese state media reporting, however, portraying a different narrative. As per the local reports, around 40 people aboard two Chinese vessels attacked the Vietnamese fishermen with iron pipes, leaving several of them seriously injured, leaving some with broken arms and legs. You see, this is not an isolated incident. The South China Sea has become a hot spot for Chinese aggression, and Vietnam is not the only one at the receiving end. Over the past few years, there have been numerous similar reports where Chinese vessels or enforcement officers confront or outrightly attack boats from other countries. The Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia have all had to deal with Beijing's growing assertiveness in these contested waters. In fact, just a few days ago, Chinese naval forces were accused of aiming high-powered lasers at a Philippine aircraft during a routine patrol near the Half Moon Shoal in South China Sea. And in the same incident, they could also be seen chasing two Philippine boats. As per experts, what we are seeing here is a clear pattern. China is ramping up its aggression in the region, pushing the boundaries bit by bit to see how far it can go in a way without provoking a larger conflict. It is a strategy that experts have called gray zone tactics, a series of actions that stop short of all-out war but are clearly meant to assert control and dominance. Whether it's water cannons, missile boats, or even lasers, these actions are all part of a calculated effort designed to expand China's grip over the South China Sea, or at least try to do that. But let's not forget here, international law is not on China's side. Back in 2016, an international tribunal ruled that Beijing's claims over nearly the entire South China Sea had no legal basis. The ruling was a blow to China's ambitions, but it seems that Beijing has chosen to ignore it entirely in a way. Why is that? Experts say China's growing military and economic power allows it, or at least maybe makes it think that it can be allowed to defy international norms and push boundaries without facing real consequences. So what really is China's end game here? Why this sudden escalation in hostilities, especially towards countries like Vietnam, the Philippines? Many experts believe it's all about testing the waters, both literally and figuratively. By steadily increasing its aggressive moves, China is in a way gauging how far it can go without provoking a full-scale response. Beijing, they said, knows that if it can assert control over the South China Sea, it gains a massive strategic advantage, both militarily and economically. You see, the South China Sea is not just a collection of isolated islands. It's one of the busiest maritime trade routes in the world. Trillions of dollars worth of goods passing through these waters every year. And if China can control this region, it basically controls the flow of trade, giving it immense leverage over global markets. Not just that, the waters are rich in natural resources, oil, gas, fisheries, making it a highly coveted prize for any country. But China's ambitions do not stop at this. The same aggressive tactics are being used in other parts of the region as well. As per reports, similar such incidents have occurred in Malaysia's exclusive economic zone as well as the Taiwan Strait, where Chinese naval forces have repeatedly engaged in dangerous standoffs with Taiwanese vessels. And these actions are part of a broader strategy to assert Beijing's dominance not just over the South China Sea, but reportedly across the entire Indo-Pacific. China's actions are perhaps deliberate and calculated. And this is not about defending its territory. It's about reshaping or trying to reshape the geopolitical landscape to suit its interests. This is about more than just a fishing boat being attacked or a few islands being contested. It's about power, it's about control, it's about the future of an entire region. And only time will tell whether the trend of China's aggression and the pattern here and the violent confrontations will be checked, or will they continue unabated? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.